Hello, class. Welcome to, what is this? This is a special edition, I guess, to talk about this big, massive project coming at you in week 8. I want you guys all to be ahead of the curve on this because it's big. It's going to require a lot of work, a lot of time. And I don't want anyone to underestimate how much time this is going to take. And it's worth 150 points. 150 points. Yeah. All right. So, worth a lot. I'm going to go right to that assignment page and show you. You guys can look at the core information in modules, but you can't see the actual assignment. So here it is, signature assignment for the course, week 8, critical thinking activities calendar. I mentioned last week that you need to start collecting activities. And I think I showed you this, develop 20 activities that incorporate critical thinking techniques. Well, you don't necessarily have to develop them yourself. That would be awesome if you did. But that would be even more time consuming. It's more like collect, gather, find, and redistribute. Okay, so 20 activities that incorporate critical thinking techniques. You need to do this for the target audience that you hope to be teaching if you're not teaching, or the target audience that you have if you are already teaching in the classroom, or you will be in the fall. What if you're doing ninth graders, then focus on activities that are appropriate for ninth graders. If you've got first graders, that's a whole different ball game, right? So start finding those activities and make a list of them and links to whatever they are somewhere, and hang on to those. That's the number one thing you can do right now is get your activities together. All right. So identify the technique or theory. Use a technique or theory more than once. You can use a minimum of 5 techniques or theories. That's fine. Calendar. You're going to make a calendar. It's got to be organized with titles for each activity that use student-friendly language. Okay. Calendar must be colorful and easy to navigate for students. Okay. Calendar must be laid out with clear directions so a student can follow sequentially, completing an activity each day. Okay, we can do all that. And we can do it a lot easier than the resource that they want you to use, which I'm not going to require you to use. This Bookwidgets interactive learning, go ahead and look at that and look at the way those are set up. I went through this a year ago with a class, and using that site is not particularly intuitive. So if you have trouble with technology already, that site is going to lose you and leave you behind in the dust, I think. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You should go look at it, and you might look at it and go, oh, gee, wow, this will work. Your choice. I am going to go over an alternate method of doing this assignment that still adheres to all of these and kind of the spirit of the assignment, right? So I do want to look at the rubric. Now, the rubric you don't get to see until week 8. I really don't like that, but here it is. I'll just hold it right here, and you guys can come back, or you can pause and look at it. And but there it is. And elements, structure, and application are all referenced up here. Application, 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 elements, elements, structure, 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 right? So it's clear to me, and it's clear what I have to do. I have to take this particular item into account when I give a grade for application, right down here. Um, each of those three sections of the rubric are worth 50 points. All right. So, just exactly how do you go about creating a calendar full of activities that students, and I keep thinking of first graders, students could click on the link and do the activity? Um, this method is really a pain, but like I said earlier, go try it, go look at it, see what it has, and see what you think. All right. The example they have is an advent calendar for Christmas time with different Christmas activities, Christmas oriented, holiday oriented activities. Of course, we're not doing that. We're doing a critical thinking activities calendar. It has nothing to do with Advent. So they added this. Remember, the Advent calendar in this example over here, it's just that. It's just an example um, to show you how you could do this, only our theme is critical thinking. All right. Um, boy, oh boy. Here's what I want you to use. And I kind of gave you a little preview here. I want you to use sites.google.com. You see it up here, sites.google.com, and you make a brand new site. And the site itself is, well, here, let's do it. I'll make a new site. There it is. I've got a basic plain Jane item up here. Oops. Let's do this. Sorry. Test site for critical thinking activities. All right. Site name. Test CTA. I'll just call it that. Just because I'm doing a test bed here, you'll need to come up with your name for your site, right? And this is just for our for purposes of doing an example of how to do this now. All right, let's keep going. Test site for CTA. What I want to do is this is going to be my home page, and underneath here, I want to show my calendar. But how do you do a calendar on a web page? And this is a web page. It will be a web page when I hit publish. How do I do a calendar? You do a calendar by doing a different, use a document, a Google document, and make a table in that. All right. I did that here for the site I'll show you. Here's my Google document with a table. And so there's a view of what it'll look like. Let's make one. So I'm going to go new tab. I'll click over here. Whoop, docs, blank. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to page setup. And I'm going to choose landscape, wide. And I'm going to choose a weird paper size, and we don't care about the paper, right? That's meaningless. And then margins, top, bottom, I'm going to do 0.05, 0.05, 0.05, oops, 0.5. Because we don't have to worry, this is never going to get printed. We want to use as much of the paper as we can. Okay, now you can see where that cursor is blinking. So now let's insert a table. Where is it? There you are, table. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5. Why not 5 by 4? Because I only need 20 activities, right? I want to go 5 by 5 so I can add a bar on top as a title, and that's going to be this top row. So I'm going to highlight all those and then right click and merge cells. Bing. There we go. Get out of here, you. Now, so here's my top. I'm going to change the alignment here. God, you know what? Don't hit the space bar 4,500 times to try to move it to the center. Set the alignment to center, and then type your table title, which is October Critical Thinking Month. Hopefully they think critically more than just in October. All right. We'll keep going on this wonderful Saturday, well, afternoon now. I do want everyone to do this same thing here. We're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the weekend is 7 and 8. So then we'll go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. There we go. All right. Let's adjust the size of these. I'm going to go about there. A little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And actually, bump that one a little more. Oop, I wrapped to another page. We don't want that. So I'm going to bring it back. There we go. Okay, good. That's it. My first activity. Second activity. And here's where you want to use titles. You want to dress this up and make it look pretty. You can add very small little graphics in here in these boxes, these table cells, right? So I think we're good. So there's that, and I'll do this test CTA calendar. All right. So there, I made that pretty quick. Let's go back to my site, and I want to insert. Let me move me, and I'm going to insert a doc. Test CTA calendar right there. Insert. Bang. Now it looks a little fuzzy right here. That's okay. Don't worry about it. But we do want to drag this down and show the whole calendar right down to there. There we go. Good so far? I think so. Now the cool thing is I can go in here and let's change something. Let's do a background color here. And I'll change the font color to white. And let's change the font attribute to bold. So there we go, October Critical Thinking Month. I'm going to drag and select all the cells, and let's set those to a light blue. Cool? Okay. Let's go back here. Well, it didn't change here yet. I'll refresh. Of course it didn't do it. Let's try that again. What is going on? Let's do this. All right. Now let's do this. And all I'm doing is refreshing the page. Oh, it just doesn't like that. It must not like my color. It should like my color. What's wrong with my color? So this is the kind of fun that you're going to have, is figuring out just wonky little stuff like this. I'm not going to worry about this right now. I know that feature works. So let me just redo that one more time. Boy, it just doesn't do it. I don't know why. It's possible it does not like the colors I chose. No, that's not possible. So something else is wonky. That's all right. I'm going to keep going. Over here, pages. I'm going to move me over here to this side of the screen. There we go. So over on this side, we have pages, and we just have home right now, right? I am going to, let's insert, we insert, no, pages, another page, new page. Call it October 2. That's going to be the very first activity, right? So I'm going to go, and there it is. It's up. And here, now I want to insert let's do this. We'll do a content block. The first activity. The instructions here and or the link to the activity. You could do something really fun with this and make them find, like they're going to do a worksheet maybe as an example. Hopefully you do something a little more fun than just a worksheet. But if you do a worksheet, hide it under their desk. And the instruction here will say, look under your desk for the worksheet, or however you want to phrase it. So you could do some cool things there. We can add a picture. Do I want to add a picture? I want to add a picture. So there we go. Good. Won't let me do that. All right. So on our calendar, actually, let me do this. I'm going to publish. Now it's published. And I want to view the published site. There it is. And October 2, I'm going to grab this link right here. Copy. I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to highlight that text. And I'm going to click the link button and add the link. Apply. Now you have a calendar with a link to the instruction page for that activity, right? And let's see. Can I? All right. Let me go back here to, and click on home here. Oh, and look at that. And here's the link showing up. If I go to where I published and I click home, there it is. And there's the link. And you notice it's nice and crisp and clear, unlike this kind of fuzzy looking, I don't know. It looks fuzzy, like it's low resolution or something. But your finished site won't look like that. It will look like this. All right. So that's the general process. Rinse, lather, and repeat, right? And you do that for all 20 of your activities for October of 2023, the 2nd through the 27th. There's your 20 activities. Use October of next year as your time frame. And this is going to be a long, drawn-out process. Just getting your 20 activities is going to be a chore. But make this something that you could actually use in class. I mean, that would be the best benefit possible for you. Okay. Now, everything I've shown you so far assumes you have a Google account, and probably you do. If you don't, make one. All right. So that you have access to all this stuff. Let me show you the site that I created. Let me go over here. Hold on one second. So here's the site that I created. Now let me refresh a little bit. I'm using kind of some fall colors for my theme. And here's, I did too, but I can click on that and it'll open the new link. Oh, look at that. Your first activity, midnight Sunday is your next exit. Get your discussion replies done. All right. I put that in because a lot of you would kind of miss your discussion replies, or those replies are late. So get those done this weekend. Boy, oh boy. That's kind of it. I think that's it. Now, I whipped through this really, really fast, and I paused where I had, some of my own technical difficulties. Let me get this out of here. And I think, though, that you get the gist of it. And if you rewind and rewatch this and focus in on the different spots where I'm opening a new window or a new page or creating a document or whatever, and follow that closely, it'll make sense to you. Okay, so for this site right here, let's make another page real quick just to show you what happens, and then I'm going to change something also. By default, it adds this banner at the top that also is a menu system, a navigation system. It is at the top, but we want to put it on the side. Now it's over here. That's going to be better. The graphics, you can change the theme up here and change all sorts of things about these graphics. So that's what I did on the site that I showed you. But here's what I want to do right now. October 2. Let's duplicate that page. Except instead of copy of October 2, we want to just call it October 3. Done. Boom. There it is. I'm going to click on that. Of course, it still says October 2 there, so we change that to 3. The second CT activity, and then add the instructions here, enter the link, right? And we'll publish that. Yep, publish. Bang. There we go. And let me go to the published site. Yeah, this is the published site. I'll refresh. I'm going to refresh again. There we go. Now the navigation is on the side. So I'm going to click on October 3rd, right? I will grab the link up here. And then I'm going to go to my calendar document. I'll highlight second activity, and I will put the link in. Paste. Apply. Done. It's linked there. We can go here and actually click on home. And there's the link that I just put in. So it updates itself. You update this Google document, and your web page updates immediately, right? This is a much, much better, quicker, more logical system than that Bookwidgets thing that they suggest. And I think I'm going to push for them to do this kind of a site for this project, for this class from now on. The Bookwidgets one is just a bear, and this this is going to work very well. Remember that for each of these boxes, you can add a little, the name of the activity. You could put a little tiny graphic in here, an emoji maybe something a little bigger than an emoji, but you have a little bit of room here in each of these. You could even put animated GIFs. They could go in there. Just give you an example of that here. The second activity I did in my example. Oh, look at that. Read something, Seth. Learn a book. All right. That should do it. You remember that the main thing you need to do right now is get those 20 activities. Get your 20 activities gathered up. All right. You could start laying down the framework, like making that calendar table in a document. And you can watch this video. I walk through every aspect of that, including paper size and margins and everything else. So you can do that and get started, I guess. If nothing else, you could. Well, it depends on what your activities are. If your activity is to do a worksheet, you need to have the worksheet as an attachment within this system. Okay. So you'll need to upload the worksheet as a PDF to your Google Drive and then link to it just the same way that I linked my Google document when I did those edits. All right. This is the longest video I've made in a while. We're coming up on, we'll be over 27 minutes here in a second. Give it a read through, a watch through a few times. Bump that speed up to 1.5 and turn on the subtitles. And it should all make sense, and you should be able to watch a lot quicker and see how to go about doing this. You can see, though, that I am not provided a lot of leeway in how I grade. I have to follow the rubric, and I have to apply these particular items to that rubric in those categories. So here's what's coming down the pike, coming at you in week 8. And it would be really awesome if everyone got it done ahead of time, so that when week 8 opens up, you could supply the link to your Google site with all the stuff embedded within that Google site. That means you're going to have to test every single link and every attachment as you go through. Good? Okay. Hope that makes sense. I will more than likely be taking questions from you guys. And you know how to do that. Fire an email my way. I'll help you out. All right. We're going to finish strong with this one. Okay. Back to grading. Catch you guys later. Bye.